There was a predatory look in his eyes, on his face. Things started to take a different turn. I remember at the time feeling very dirty. I saw everybody settling down and I thought, well, maybe I will find happiness with guys. I hit the gay scene hard in Swansea for a few years. I had a dream one night and I saw a man stand before me and I knew it was Jesus. In my early years, my sexuality got woken up inappropriately. And I remember my neighbour asking me, "Simon, do you fancy coming over to the stables with us?" There was a predatory look in his eyes, on his face. Very subtle, but it was there. This guy started making suggestions and indulging in sexual activities. These sexual encounters carried on with this neighbour over the years. I remember at the time feeling very dirty. I was dealing with toxic emotions. I felt heaviness, felt guilt, I felt shame. I always believed in God from a very young age, as long as I could remember. I never had any doubt about the existence of God. After I opened up to my dad, we eventually confronted this guy. And it never carried on these activities, sexual activities. However, I don't believe for one moment that I've been the only one attacked with same-sex attraction in my family. There is a spirit at work down the family line. I saw everybody settling down and I thought, well, maybe I will find happiness with guys. And I explored that. I left the church in '97 and I hit the gay scene hard in Swansea for a few years. I went into the clubs in London and this carried on for a few years. Well, for a good 10, 11 years. I was very steely-eyed and I was very hard-hearted. And it wasn't a surprise, really, by the way I was living. It felt quite cold, speaking to God. I didn't feel anything. I felt nothing. It was as if the heavens were brass. It's no wonder the heavens were brass because there was sin in my life. Gross sin. But I was honest before God. And I told him how I regretted the way I had turned out. I had a dream one night and I saw a man stand before me. And I knew it was Jesus. Don't ask me how I know it was Jesus, but it was. But he wasn't looking at me. His face was turned like that. He was dressed in white. There was a white wooden fence behind him. The grass was green and it was pitch black behind him. But I could see him clearly. And I asked him, would you forgive me? And he said yes. I repented. I renounced the homosexuality. I renounced a lot of things. The first few years were intense. I was in a lot of torment, a lot of baggage from the way I lived. And I remember in one particular meeting, there was a guy and he said, I see God giving you a new identity. And he said, I see God bringing you from a place of torment and lack once and for all. Each time we resist the devil, through Christ we get stronger. All of a sudden, I'm going through things, even patterns of sin. And he comes and touches my heart and I feel his peace. But I've been out of the gay scene for about 10, 12 years. The Lord has done a lot in my life in these past 10 years. It's been the happiest I have been. It is what God's opinion is of you. It's what Christ's opinion of you that matters. He doesn't love the sin, but he loves you and he cares for you. And there is hope. There is peace. There is joy. And in this case, with whatever your struggle is, whatever Jesus says to you, whatever word he says to you, do it. It'll bring healing in your circumstances and in your situation and in your heart. Hi, I'm Simon, and I testify to the goodness of God in my life.